What does the NAR and DOJ failed settlement mean for realtors? I'll explain next on Agent Hacks. So if you haven't been paying attention to the news, or maybe you're living under a rock, there was a major announcement last week from the NAR DOJ lawsuit. If you don't know what that is, go Google it right now. There's a lot of great information on there. Basically what happened is this, in short. The NAR and the DOJ, there's a lawsuit between them about antitrust, about some issues with the rules that realtors have to follow, and they were moving towards a settlement, and the DOJ backed out at the last minute and said, hey, you know what? We want to reserve the right to investigate some things in the future. And we'll talk about that on future episodes, what it means. You can catch us in a lot of different forms. That's not what today's show's about. Today's show's about what this means and tactically how you can protect yourself as an agent. So there were 4 things that were going to be agreed upon in this suit. There's transparency to consumers about the fees that buyer agents are earning. Buyer agents can no longer say it's free to use me, because that's not true, and if you said that, you were not being truthful. So I totally agree with that. You can't restrict lockbox usage, and you can no longer filter listings based on the co-op fee being offered in the MLS. I don't have a problem with any of this stuff, because what's best for the consumer isn't always best for the agent, and we've got a duty to consumers. So the first hack here is understand who your customer is, and you got to put their interest ahead of yours. That's number one. More importantly, what this tells me, and if everyone thinks back in their career, this has probably happened to them, where they sold a home, they did very little work, and anyone would have sold that property. They just happened to catch the right person at the right time. And I'm a big believer it is better to be lucky than good. However, what I see here from this lawsuit and the writing on the wall, because there's a lot of these right now, there's class action lawsuits against all the major franchises. You have got to be able to prove your worth as an agent. You have got to be able to effectively communicate and guide someone through the process. So here are 3 things everyone should be committing to right now to protect themselves while our industry's under attack. Because here's the reality. The DOJ is going to do what they want. We have no say in what's going to happen there. Sure, NAR might, and they've got lawyers. I can't control that. So I'm going to work on what I can control. The first is you've got to get your presentations and scripts down and committed to memory. You should be able to give your presentation, your buyer presentation and your listing presentation on demand and have it down. Because if you don't, you're going to get questioned. If you don't practice the objections, you're going to get questioned. If you don't know how to handle all these things, you're going to be under attack, because this is the way the industry is going. You have got to be able to show your worth. So the first thing is get your presentations down, committed to memory, and know exactly how to give them so you can win business and communicate your worth. The second thing is this. You have got to be committed to lead generation. You have got to be committed to not just being an order taker and having leads fall in your lap. If there is not a system in place for you to go out and win business, whether it's working your sphere, whether it's working all different kinds of lead sources like for sale by owners and expired listings, and some of those people already don't believe in the real order concept anyway, there has got to be lead generation committed to your daily schedule. So you have a flow of appointments coming in and someone's going out and making phone calls. And the third thing is this. If you don't commit to relentlessly pursuing business and following up 10, 15, 20 times, somebody else will. This lawsuit, what this tells me is the agent that makes a phone call once or makes a phone call twice to an inbound lead, they're going to be out of business. And the folks that can go out and win listings and win business in a competitive environment just like this, those are the ones that are going to last long term. So this means a lot. And what it means is a lot of us need to recommit to the basics so we can win business, know our presentation, know how to explain our worth, understand how to generate business, and make sure we're following up with people, because that's the biggest complaint about agents. You got questions, you need help with this, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, we'll be back next week. Keep your eyes on the news.